Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Volume 2 of Steak Dinner Club. Tonight's all about investing in AI. And that's what I'm excited to introduce the panel for. Going to be some amazing discussion from them and some expert perspectives to help us through this narrative as we explore it tonight. First, we've got Chelsea Rapp. On the very left, we've got Justin Flitter. And then finally, we've got Madison Reedy. One more round of applause for our amazing panel.
So AI has been around since the 1950s, and really in the last few years it's come out of the research labs and into the mainstream media, and certainly generative AI has been a key contributor to that.
It wouldn't be an AI panel or event without a few statistics designed to try and blow people's minds. So I've got some with me. So firstly, AI is estimated to add 15.7 trillion US dollars to global GDP by 2030. One that isn't too surprising, but 64% of US businesses in a recent Forbes survey said that they expect AI to have a significant impact on productivity. I don't know what the other 36% are thinking that's going to happen, but not that surprising there. What is interesting though is that 38% of people interviewed think that they expect their job to be automated by 2030.
Definitely. I think it's really hard to argue that AI is going anywhere. Games have been using AI for forever. They're one of the most common examples of AI usage kind of pre-2020. And I think AI in anything that has sort of a social element is definitely here to stay, because essentially what you can do is you can take, the mountains of data, the data trail we all leave on the internet, and create these incredible personalized experiences, whether it's in social media or film or video games. You can create these very deeply emotionally connecting experiences with the content because it can now draw from the trail you've left behind.
I think the easiest way to focus on this is sort of the cloud vendors, and they would be your Microsoft, which we will certainly talk more about tonight, Google, and then also Amazon through its Amazon Web Services as well. So they all have cloud data centers, right? Two of those, Microsoft and Google, they're actually investing, they're putting money into things like ChatGPT. So Microsoft is backing OpenAI. That's actually what created ChatGPT. Google has its own one, which is called Bard. They haven't just invested in it, they've actually now brought Google DeepMind into their business. And then you go below that, so that's where they're putting money, right? Note that Amazon isn't necessarily putting money into it like that. But what these three cloud vendors are doing is that they're starting to create AI as a service. And so they're creating their own models of AI, language models, if you want to use all those technical terms, and then they're effectively going to package those up and say to their customers, hey, if you want to create your own AI model, come to us. You can pick and mix off our shelf and create your own little AI model and then use that in your own applications.
I think we're still a ways away from anybody using AI to write code or anything like that, because I think there's a big concern in the game industry about sort of the idea of provenance, right? So you mentioned all of this data that's being sourced, it's images, it's everything, but normally when you source images, you have to get rights to those images, and the AI doesn't have the rights to use those images. Those artists haven't given those rights. So I think there's a lot of hesitation on using any sort of AI imagery or code when you can't prove that you own it.
If you're Disney and you own the copyright to Mickey Mouse, and I as a user of ChatGPT and Midjourney create an image or a video of Mickey Mouse in a certain likelihood, who does Disney go after for breach of copyright? Is it OpenAI for making the capability for me to do that, or is it me for inputting the prompts that generated that content?
It was pretty interesting to see what BuzzFeed did. They got rid of 180 jobs. That was, I think, something like 70 to 80% of their workforce. They don't have too many staff, so it was pretty astronomical when they did that. Then they actually came out to the market and gave more detail on what they were going to do in terms of how they were going to use AI to pump out these pretty easy stories. That actually then caused their share price to bump up. So I think people were worried about it initially and then realized the efficiency gains that could be had.
Very much like your industry, it's a very polarizing issue because a lot of people are very scared about what's going to happen to their jobs. I think ultimately, like any of these tools, it's important for people who are in those fields who are worried to learn how to use them to simply just be better at what they're already doing. The automobile didn't make the horse obsolete. Photoshop didn't make painting obsolete. Like, we just changed the way that we work, but it didn't make original work obsolete.
Thank you so much, Chelsea, Madison, Justin, for joining us tonight. It was awesome to have a conversation with you. Until next dinner club, see you later.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.